I miss you in the quiet mornings when the light feels too afraid to shine. I miss you in the way I breathe, like something's missing all the time. Your name still lives on my tongue, though I never say it out loud. I carry you in silent moments, in every lonely crowd. I thought time would teach my heart how to let your memory fade, but love doesn't listen to reason, and it won't behave. I miss you in ways I can't explain, in words that don't exist, in the empty space beside my head, in every almost kiss. I loved you deeper than you knew, more than I could ever show. I miss you in ways I can't explain, and I don't know how to let you go. I miss you in familiar songs that suddenly feel too real. I miss you in the way my heart still hopes for what it shouldn't feel. I see your face in passing strangers, hear you laugh in the rain. Every memory feels unfinished, like a half-healed pain. I tell myself I'll be okay, that this ache will slowly fade, but some loves leave a permanent mark that time can't erase. I miss you in ways I can't explain, in words that don't exist, in the empty space beside my head, in every almost kiss. I loved you deeper than you knew, more than I could ever show. I miss you in ways I can't explain, and I don't know how to let you go. Maybe one day I'll wake up and your name won't hurt this way. Maybe one day I'll smile again without thinking of yesterday. But tonight I hope the silence close and let the tears fall slow. Missing you is all I know. I miss you in ways I can't explain, in dreams that feel too true, in the life I thought we'd live, and everything I lost with you. I loved you more than words can say, even more than you'll ever know. I miss you in ways I can't explain, and I still miss you, even so. I held you close, or so I thought, like time would never move. I trusted every promise made, believed in every truth. But moments fade so quietly, like sand beneath the tide. I didn't know forever could just slowly pass me by. I while it slipped through my hands. Love slipped through my hands like water in the rain. I tried to hold on tighter, but it only caused more pain. I gave you all my heart had left, did the best I could do. Love slipped through my hands, and it took me away from you. I replay every moment now, every word I couldn't say. I wonder if I noticed sooner, would you have chosen to stay? The silence speaks so loudly now, where laughter used to stand. I'm reaching for what's already gone with trembling empty hands. I thought love would wait for me, that it would understand, but love doesn't stand still when it slips through your hands. Love slipped through my hands like water in the rain. I tried to hold on tighter, but it only caused more pain. I gave you all my heart had left, did the best I could do. Love slipped through my hands, and it took me away from you. Maybe one day I'll forgive myself for not knowing what to do. Maybe one day I'll stop replaying every moment with you. But tonight I sit with regret, watching memories fade. Love slipped through my hands, and I'm still begging it to stay. Love slipped through my hands, and I felt it when it fell. I lost the only thing I knew, the only place I felt safe as well. I loved you deeper than I should, more than I ever planned. Love slipped through my hands. No, I don't know who I am. You packed your words into a silence, left them sitting at my door. I was still learning how to love you when you couldn't stay anymore. I had so much left to give you, so many things I never said. You walked away with all our tomorrows while I was stuck in yesterday. I thought I had more time, more moments to make it right, but love doesn't always warn you before it says goodnight. You left before I was ready, before I learned how to let you go. I was still building all my dreams with you at the center of them all. I held your name inside my heartbeat like you were never gonna leave. You left before I was ready and took the best part of me. The house still breathes your memory, every room knows your name. I talk to you in quiet fake moments, like you're only late, not gone away. I replay the last time you touched me, like it was supposed to last. I didn't know it was goodbye. I thought it was just a pause. If I had known that was the end, I would have held you tighter then. I would have loved you louder, not saved it for when you left before I was ready, before I learned how to be strong. I was still counting on your voice to tell me where I belong. I gave you all my fragile faith, believed you'd never leave. You left before I was ready and broke the part that still believes. Maybe one day I'll forgive the timing, maybe I'll forgive myself. But tonight I'm standing in the ruins of a love I couldn't save. I wasn't done loving you, I wasn't done trying to stay. You left before I was ready, and I'm still catching up to the pain. You left before I was ready, before my heart could understand. I was still holding on to forever with trembling hands. I loved you deeper than I knew how, more than I could ever be. You left before I was ready, and forever left with you and me. You held my hand and called it home, told me I'd never walk alone. Your voice became my safest sound. My world stopped spinning when you were around. But somewhere in your quiet change, you drifted out of reach of me. I stayed and loved you harder still, while you were already leaving with a love. Been staying through the dark. The hearts don't just walk away. But she taught me how silence feels when love decides not to stay. I learned loneliness from you, from the way you slowly let me go. You were there but already gone, and I was the last to know. I loved you with everything I had. You loved me just enough to leave. I learned loneliness from you. Now it's all that's left with me. I talk to you in empty rooms, like you might answer back. I replay every moment now, searching for what we lack. You stopped asking how I was, stopped fighting for us two, and I kept breaking quietly, trying to hold on to you. I thought time would bring us closer, that love would choose to stay. But she taught me how distance grows, even when no one walks away. I learned loneliness from you, from the nights you turned away. I sit with what you taught, lessons written in blue. I didn't learn to be alone, I learned loneliness from you. I learned loneliness from you, from the love that slowly died, from holding someone in my arms while watching us say goodbye. I loved you deeper than you knew, more than you ever saw through. I learned loneliness from you, and I'm still unlearning you. I thought time would soften the edges, turn the pain into something small. But every laugh we ever shared still echoes through these walls. Your name hides in the quiet moments, in songs I didn't choose. I try to forget the way we were, but forgetting feels like losing you. I thought moving on meant letting go, that the past would fade away. But love doesn't leave in silence, it just learns where to stay. Our memories hurt the most, more than the nights alone. It's the happy parts that break my heart, more than the love that's gone. I can survive the emptiness, I can handle being alone. But our memories hurt the most, they remind me of what felt like home. I see your smile in old photographs, frozen in a better time. Back when forever felt so close, back when your hand was in mine. I replay moments I should let go, like they might change somehow. But the past doesn't hear my prayers, it just hurts me now. I thought the pain would fade with tears, that crying would make me free. But love leaves marks in places only the heart can see. Our memories hurt the most, more than the words you never said, more than the silence you left behind, more than the tears I shed. I can survive the emptiness, I can handle being alone. But our memories hurt the most, they remind me of what felt like home. Maybe one day I'll smile again without feeling this ache inside. Maybe one day I'll look back without wishing you had tried. But tonight the past feels louder than anything I face. Our memories hurt the most because they still have your face. Our memories hurt the most, more than losing you somehow, because they show me who we were, not just who we are now. I loved you We held each other like the world was ending, like tomorrow didn't exist. Every kiss felt like a promise, every touch was something we'd miss. We laughed too loud, we dreamed too big, ignored the cracks from the start. We called it love, we called it forever, but forever tore us apart. I thought love meant never letting go, no matter how deep the scars. But some hearts keep beating harder, even when they're breaking apart. We loved until it hurt, until the tears felt normal inside. We held on when we should have let go, and learned how love can bleed and survive. I gave you everything I had, you gave me lessons in pain. We loved until it hurt, and now only the hurt remains. We stayed through nights that felt too heavy, through words we didn't mean. We kept pretending we were fine, living in a fragile dream. Every goodbye felt temporary, every fight just another test. But love can turn into a battlefield when hearts never get to rest. I thought if I loved you harder, the cracks would disappear. But love doesn't heal by force alone, sometimes it feeds the fear. We loved until it hurt, until the silence felt too loud. We lost ourselves trying to save us, but love doesn't always know how. I gave you everything I had, you gave me reasons to break. We loved until it hurt, and that was the price we paid. Maybe love shouldn't feel like fighting or staying when it's already gone. Maybe love is knowing when to walk away before the damage is done. But tonight I miss the way you love me, even when it cost me pain. We loved until it hurt, and I'd still do it all again. We loved until it hurt, until the fire burned us dry. We were holding on to ashes, still afraid to say goodbye. I loved you deeper than I knew how, more than I should have learned. We loved until it hurt, and now I'm healing from the burn. The door is closed, but not the pain. Your footsteps echo in my veins. You said goodbye like it was done, like love could end with just one word. But every night I feel you near, in borrowed air and silent tears. You left my life but not my chest. Your absence never learned to rest. I try to tell myself you're gone, that time will finally set me free. But some goodbyes don't disappear, they stay and breathe inside of me. Your goodbye still breathes, it sleeps beside my heart. It calls my name in quiet hours, pulls me back to the start. like you never really left me to. I see your face in passing light, in empty rooms and lonely nights. I hear your voice and things unsaid, and all the words still in my head. I try to move, I try to heal, pretend the past isn't real. But love like ours doesn't just die, it learns new ways to stay alive. I thought goodbye would close the door, that ending meant the pain would cease. But some goodbyes don't know how to leave. They linger, soft and complete. Your goodbye still breathes, it sleeps beside my heart. It calls my name in quiet hours, pulls me back to the start. You walked away, but part of you still lives in everything I do. Your goodbye still breathes, like you never really left me to. Maybe one day it won't hurt this way. Maybe I'll breathe without your name. Maybe the ghost of what we were will finally loosen its hold on me. But tonight I feel you everywhere, in every breath I try to take. Your goodbye didn't end alone, it just changed the shape of pain. Your goodbye still breathes, it sleeps after you. In every dream I can't escape, in everything I lost with you. I loved you more than words could hold, more than I ever let you see. Your goodbye still breathes, and it's still breaking me. You walked away so quietly, like love was easy to forget. No shattered glass, no screaming doors, just words you never said. I stood there holding everything you couldn't take with you, the weight of all our yesterdays and every piece of you. You left your name in all my prayers, your shadow in my chest. I learned that love doesn't disappear, it just knows how to rest. I carry what you left, every promise, every scar. I carry all the nights we dreamed and who we thought we are. You dropped our love like it was nothing, like it didn't mean a thing. I carry what you left, it's heavier than anything. Your silence taught me how to ache, how to smile while breaking down. I wear your memory like a bruise no one else can see now. You found your freedom in goodbye, I found mine in pain. You moved on with empty hands, I stayed and felt the rain. They They say time heals the deepest wounds, but time just makes me strong, strong enough to hold the truth that loving you was wrong. I carry what you left, every word you couldn't say, the almost what ifs that still follow me each day. You left with all your reasons, I stayed with everything. I carry what you left. It's the cost of loving you completely. Maybe one day I'll set it down, this weight you gave to me. Maybe I'll learn to breathe again without your memory. But tonight I'll hold it close, all the love you couldn't keep. I carry what you left behind, even in my sleep. I carry what you left, but I'm learning how to stand. Letting love shouldn't feel like loss or slip right through my hands. You let me go, but I survived, even though it hurt the most. I carry what you left, and I'm stronger than the ghost. We were fire without a shelter, burning fast, afraid to pause. Every later felt like forever, every warning we ignored. We said love would always wait for us, like it had nowhere to go. But time doesn't stop for promises you're too scared to hold. We thought we had a lifetime to fix what we let break. Didn't know that love can drown while we hesitate. It's the love we never saved, the words we never said, the fight we didn't finish, the tears we never shed. We watched it slowly fade away, still calling it okay. It's the love we never saved. And now it's too late to stay. Beside each other, miles apart inside. Smiled for all the pictures, left the truth outside. We learned how to avoid the hurt, how to silence what was real. But love needs more than quiet nights, it needs to be healed. We chose comfort over honesty, peace instead of pain. Didn't know the price we'd pay for everything we didn't say. It's the love we never saved, the chances we let die, the apologies we swallowed, the nights we let pass by. We kept pretending we were fine as it slipped right through our hands. It's the love we never saved. It's the love we never saved. Now it lives in memory, a lesson written in our scars, in who we used to be. I'll carry what we almost were, wherever I may roam. It's the love we never saved, and the hardest goodbye I've known. I never screamed when you walked away, never begged for you to stay. I kept my love behind my eyes when no one could see me cry. The world thought I was fine, that my heart could take the strain, but the quiet ones carry the storms that never show the pain. I thought silence meant strength, that holding in would save me, but love that's buried deep inside can break so quietly. Quiet hearts break the hardest, even when the world can't see. We bleed in silence, carry storms internally. I loved you louder in my soul I see your face in the morning light, in the coffee steam, in the quiet night. Your laugh still lingers in the air, even though you're no longer there. The little things I used to share, the songs, the smells, the empty chair. Every ordinary thing I do feels like it's missing you. I thought missing you would fade, that time would heal the ache. But love hides in simple moments, and it's everything I can't take. I miss you in ordinary moments, the ones no one else would see. A glance, a sound, a fleeting smile, a memory that belongs to me. I loved you more than words could show, and I miss you more than you'll ever know. I miss you in ordinary moments, where your shadow still follows. I reach for you in quiet rooms, in the turning pages, the empty moon. The little things remind me most of all we were and what I lost. A whisper in a passing street, a song that plays on repeat. Every day's painted blue with ordinary traces of you. I thought the world would move me on, that life would make me strong. But ordinary moments hold your face, and I can't forget for long. I miss you in ordinary moments, the ones no one else would see. A glance, a sound, a fleeting smile, a memory that belongs to me. I loved you more than words could show, We didn't scream, we didn't fight. No crashing doors, no shattered nights. Just quiet glances, fading smiles. The silence stretching all the miles. I reached for you, but you were gone. The warmth we had no longer shone. No thunder, no warning, no last plea. The end came softly, quietly. I thought love would never fade, that we could always find our way. But sometimes hearts just drift apart without a word to make you stay. The end came softly, like a whisper through the rain. No goodbye, no final fight, just a lingering, gentle pain. I loved you harder than you knew, but love can't always make it through. The end came softly, but I'm still learning to lose you. The house still holds your memory. Every corner speaks of you to me. The bed feels cold where we once lay. Our dreams now scattered, swept away. I hold the pieces that remain. Your shadow etched into my veins. No anger, no bitterness, just ache. The end came softly, with no break. I thought forever meant we'd survive, that nothing could tear us apart. But love can fade in quiet ways and break the strongest heart. The end came softly, like a whisper through the rain. No goodbye, no final fight, just a lingering, gentle pain. I loved you harder than you knew, but love can't always make it through. The end came softly, and I'm still learning to lose you. Maybe one day I'll understand why love slipped through our hands. Maybe one day I'll smile again and breathe without the strain. But tonight I'll hold the empty space where we used to meet. The end came softly and left my heart incomplete. The end came softly, like a shadow in the night. No shouting, no stormy goodbye, just the fading of our light. I loved you deeper than I could say, but some love isn't meant to stay. The end came softly, and I'm learning to live with the ache. You walked away like it was easy, like nothing here belonged to you. Left behind the pieces of my heart, the love I gave, the things I knew. I carried every lonely night, every tear you never saw. You left without your part of this, without taking the pain at all. I thought love meant we'd share it all, the joy, the hurt, the fight. But some hearts leave without looking back and leave the other to the night. You left without taking the pain, left me with shadows I can't erase. I loved you with everything I had, but you hear you laugh in the pouring rain. Every little thing reminds me of a love that only brought me pain. You didn't fight, you didn't stay, you didn't even look my way. I'm left with all the words unsaid and all the nights I cried in bed. I follow men holding tight, even when the storms arrived. But some hearts break and walk away and leave the other to survive. You left without taking the pain, left me with shadows I can't erase. I loved you with everything I had, but you vanished without a trace. I gave you my heart, my all, my soul, and you left me standing alone. You left without taking the pain, and it's mine to carry on. Maybe one day I'll forgive the leaving. Maybe one day I'll heal the scars. Maybe one day I'll find a love that doesn't vanish into the dark. But tonight I hold this heavy grief, this love that wasn't meant to stay. You left without taking the pain, and it's mine to bear today. You left without taking the pain, left me with shadows I can't erase. I loved you with everything I had, but you vanished without a trace. I gave you my heart, my all, my soul, and you left me standing alone. You left without taking the pain, and I'll carry it until I'm home. We burned like stars that couldn't last, every moment brighter than the past. We laughed too loud, we held too tight, chasing forever through the night. But time moves cruel for hearts like ours. It steals the bloom, it dulls the flowers. We thought our love could outlast the years, but it crumbled quietly with our fears. I thought our hearts would stay the same, that love could weather all. But some flames fade too quickly, even when they feel so tall. Our love aged too fast, too wild, too bright, too true. We held on to a fire that burned us through and through. I loved you harder than I knew, but the years betrayed our hands. Our love aged too fast and slipped right through like sand. I see the pictures in fading light, smiles frozen in a time so bright. The words we whispered, now distant sounds. The love we built, the battlegrounds. We ran too fast, we gave too much, tried to hold forever in our touch. But forever has a way of moving on, and now I'm left to face the dawn. Janelle thought our hearts would never tire, that passion would never wane. But love can crumble quietly, even when it feels like rain. age too fast, too wild, too bright, too true. We held on to a fire that burned us through and through. I loved you harder than I knew, but the years betrayed our hands. Our love aged too fast and slipped right through like sand. Then maybe one day the pain will fade, the memories won't sting so deep. Maybe one day I'll smile again without tears I cannot keep. But tonight I hold what couldn't last, the love that went too soon, too fast. Our love aged too fast, like lightning in a stormy sky. We burned too bright, we gave too much and said our final goodbye. I loved you deeper than I could show, but some fires are meant to last. Our love aged too fast, and now it's just a shadow of the past. I remember the way your hand fit mine, the way your laughter used to shine. Every word, every glance, every touch, I carry them all, I miss them too much. The nights we stayed awake and dreamed, the little moments that were everything. Now I walk these streets alone, haunted by the love we used to own. I tell myself to let it go, to leave the past behind, but every corner, every shadow still carries your light. I remember you too well, every smile, every pain, every secret, every kiss, and every tear in the rain. I loved you deeper than I knew, and losing you still breaks me through. I remember you too well, and I don't know how to forget you. I see your face in crowded rooms, I hear your voice in familiar tunes. Every song reminds me of us, every sunset brings your ghost. I try to speak, I try to move, but every step still leads to you. The world goes on, but I remain trapped in the echo of your name. I thought time would heal the heart, that memories would fade away, but love like ours leaves a mark that forever wants to stay. I remember you too well, every laugh, every fight, every touch, every word, every quiet night. It's a pain I know so well. I remember you too well, in every breath, every place, in every quiet broken moment. I still see your face. I loved you more than anyone knew, and I'll carry that truth forever through. I remember you too well, and my heart still aches for you. I held our memories in my hands, every laugh, every plan. I whispered your name in empty rooms, felt your ghost in every tune. You walked away without a fight, chose your path, embraced your life, and I was left where love had grown. I stayed behind, you moved on. I thought we'd fight through every storm, that hearts would never break this way. But some souls leave without looking back, and some hearts are left to stay. I stayed while you moved on. I carry the pieces of what we were. I loved you longer than you knew, while your heart became another world. I held on to what couldn't stay, to every word you left unsaid. I stayed while you moved on, and I'm still living in the past instead. I see your face in strangers' eyes, hear your laugh in passing skies. Every street reminds me of your hand, every song reminds me I can't stand. I gave you all I had to give, I loved you all the life I lived. But love isn't always a shared song. Sometimes one stays, the other moves on. I thought forever was meant for two, that love could never slip away. But some hearts drift without warning signs, and leave another to pay. I stayed while you didn't fight, we didn't scream. No broken plates, no shattered dreams. Just quiet sighs and eyes that turned, and lessons in a love unlearned. I held your hand through the fading light, hoping somehow we'd be alright. But love can slip without a sound and leave your heart on empty ground. I thought forever was ours to keep, that love could weather any storm. But some hearts crumble silently in ways you can't perform. Love fell apart gently, like leaves drifting in the breeze. No thunder, no anger, just the quiet disease. I loved you deeper than you knew, but love doesn't always stay. Love fell apart gently, and I'm learning to face the gray. The laughter we shared still lingers here, but it echoes faint, barely clear. The dreams we built are dust in the air. The warmth we knew isn't we held each other with trembling hands, trying to save what time demands. But some fires fade without a fight and leave you wishing for the night. I thought love meant staying near through every crack, through every pain. But hearts can break with gentle hands and leave you calling in vain. Love fell apart gently, like leaves drifting in the breeze. No thunder, no anger, just the quiet disease. I loved you deeper than you knew, but love doesn't always stay. Love fell apart gently, and I'm learning to face the gray. Maybe one day I'll breathe again without the ghost of you. Maybe one day I'll learn to smile and see the skies blue. But tonight I'll hold what's left behind, the tender ache, the silent scars. Love fell apart gently, but it still carries all our stars. Love fell apart gently, like whispers fading in the night. We lost it softly, quietly, but I still feel the fight. I loved you harder than I could show, more than you'll ever know. Love fell apart gently, and it's the hardest way to grow. See your face in every sunrise, hear your laugh in the quietest sighs. The world moves on, but I remain, tracing the edges of our name. The house is empty, the bed is cold, but I can still feel what we used to hold. Every song, every street, every tear reminds me that what we were is still here. I thought time would wash us away, the memories would fade, but love leaves echoes in the heart that nothing can persuade. What we were is still here, in the spaces you used to feel, in the quiet that surrounds me, in the ache that lingers still. I loved you deeper than the night, more than words could ever say. What we were is still here, even though you're far away. I touch the things you left behind, the little notes, the traces of your mind. I whisper secrets to the air, hoping somehow you're still there. I walk the paths we used to know, the streets remember every glow. No matter how far our lives have steered, the heart remembers what we held dear. I thought moving on would set me free, that the pain would disappear, but love is a shadow that doesn't leave, and I still feel you here. What we were is still here, in the spaces you used to feel, in the quiet that surrounds me, in the ache that lingers still. I loved you deeper than the night, more than words could ever say. What we were is still here, even though you're far away. Maybe one day I'll find the strength to let the past reside. Maybe one day I'll breathe again and not feel you inside. But tonight I hold our memories close. They're the only light I see. What we were is still here, living on inside of me. What we were is still here, in every shadow, every tear, in the songs that make me ache, in the love that won't disappear. I loved you deeper than I could show, and I still love you anyway. What we were is still here, and it's never going away. I watched your eyes drift somewhere else while I was still holding on. I felt the distance growing wide, even when your hand was gone. We spoke in words that lost their weight, and smiles that didn't mean a thing. I loved you harder than I knew, but somehow missed the warning signs you'd bring. I thought I still had time, thought love could make it stay, but sometimes hearts break quietly, long before they walk away. I lost you before you left, when your heart stopped being mine. I held on of us while you were crossing the line. I loved you with all I had, but love can fade unseen. I lost you before you left, and it broke me in between. Your laugh in faded frames, hear your voice in songs I play. The life we dream together still feels just a step away. I gave my all, I gave my heart, but it wasn't enough to stay. I lost you long before goodbye, and still I'm haunted by that day. I thought forever even when they're by your side. I lost you before you left, when your soul began to fade. I held on to a love that died before any words were said. I loved you with all I had, but love slipped through our hands. I lost you before you left, and I'm learning to stand again. Maybe one day I'll forgive the past, the way our love just fell. Maybe one day I'll smile again without carrying this hell. But tonight I feel the emptiness, the space you left behind. I lost you before you left, and I'm still losing my mind. I lost you before you left, when your heart had gone away. I held on to a shadow of us and cried through every day. I loved you deeper than I could show, but some love just disappears. I lost you before you left, and I'll carry that for you. The night felt soft, but it felt so cold. Your hand slipped out, your heart turned old. I whispered your name into the dark, but love no longer left a spark. The silence screamed where your voice had been. Every forever cut too thin. I reached for you, but you were gone. The night answered me with nothing but dawn. I thought love would never leave, that hearts could always stay. But some nights take what they need and leave the rest in gray. The night love stopped answering, I felt it fade, I felt it break. All the promises we made were swallowed by the ache. I loved you deeper than I could say. and I'm still calling today. The streets we walked feel empty now. The echoes of you haunt me somehow. I see your shadow in every passing car. I hear your laughter, but it's too far. I carry the moments that we could not save, the love that was ours, now just a grave. I try to sleep, but the night won't lie. It keeps the silence where our hearts died. I thought forever was ours to hold, that love could always survive. But some nights leave hearts out in the cold and teach you how to cry. The night love stopped answering, I felt it fade, I felt it break. All the converses we made were swallowed by the ache. I loved you deeper than I could say, but love just slipped away. The night love stopped answering. Maybe one day the pain will dim. Maybe one day the dark will leave. Maybe one day I'll hear a voice again that reminds me how to believe. But tonight I sit with your silence near, and the memories that remain. The night love stopped answering and left me calling your name. The night love stopped answering. The world went quiet. The stars fell down. I reached for you in empty rooms, but all I hear is the sound of love that once was alive and free, and now it's just a ghost to me. The night love stopped answering, and I'm still learning to be me.